Okay, dear students, welcome you all for today's science class. Before I begin, म यहाँ केही कुरा राख्न चाहन्छु। विगत केही दिनमा मैले दुई चार पटक यस्तो कमेन्ट्स आयो। के कमेन्ट्स थियो भन्दाखेरि सर हजुरले चाहिँ अलिकति स्लो पढाउनुहुन्छ, थोरै फास्ट पढाए हुन्न सर भन्ने कुरा सोधिएको थियो। अनि त्यस्तै गरेर चाहिँ रिपिटेसन बढी गर्नुहुन्छ, त्यति धेरै रिपिट नगरे हुँदैन र सर भन्ने कुरा पनि विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीबाट चाहिँ सोधिएको थियो। So dear students, what I have come to know that the questions these questions which are raised through different comments, actually what I feel that these were asked by the students who have already come to know or who have already gone through these chapters. That means those who are simply waiting for SCE exam. मलाई जहाँसम्म लाग्छ कि यो जुन तपाईहरुको कमेन्ट्स कुन विद्यार्थीहरुबाट आएको हुन सक्छ, जुन चाहिँ विद्यार्थीहरु तपाईहरुले अलरेडी यो पढिसक्नु भएको छ र SCE एक्जामको वेटिङ गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ, त्यसकारण तपाईहरुलाई लाग्नु सक्छ यो चाहिँ अलिक स्लो छ क्लास भनेर। किनकि बिकज मोस्ट अफ द थिंग्स यू नो अलरेडी यू हैव गन थ्रू। तर यहाँले के बुझ्नु पर्यो भन्दाखेरि for the students those who have now who have gone from class 9 to 10 or who are ready to go to class 10, किनकि केही विद्यालयहरुको अहिले पनि चाहिँ नतिजा प्रकाशन भएको छैन, त्यसकारण चाहिँ त्यहाँ उहाँहरु चाहिँ 10 मा जाने वेट गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ। तर those who know yes I will get pass and I will go through class go up to class 10 go to class 10, okay, तिनीहरुलाई चाहिँ के छ त भन्दाखेरि यो क्वाइट न्यू, अहिले भर्खरै 9 पास गरेर 10 मा प्रवेश गर्ने विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरुको लागि चाहिँ यो नयाँ भएको हुनाले र यु अल नोस दिस इज द सब्जेक्ट साइन्स, त्यसकारण चाहिँ यसमा स्टेप बाइ स्टेप बुझाउनको लागि पनि वी टिचर्स वी हैव टु मुभ लिटल बिट स्लो। हामी एकैचोटी फास्ट गयो भने धेरै कुराहरु चाहिँ बुझ्न गाह्रो हुन सक्छ। मेबी केही पर्सेन्टेज विद्यार्थी दोज हु हैव गट भेरी लेस रिएक्सन टाइम, दैट मीन्स लेस रिएक्सन टाइम भनेको मतलब जसले छिटो बुझ्नुहुन्छ उहाँहरुले चाहिँ उहाँहरुलाई अलिकता बोर फिल हुन सक्छ। बट फर एभरेज ब्रेन के छ त भन्दाखेरि अलिकता चाहिँ समय हामीले लिनै पर्छ। दैट्स व्हाई आई मूव लिटल स्लो। त्यसकारण आई एम भेरी सरी फर द वे आई हैव बीन टिचिङ, ओके। यहाँले चाहिँ त्यसमा कम्प्रोमाइज गर्नै पर्ने हुन्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ, यहाँले बुझ्नु भएको छ। त्यसकारण यहाँले जवाब पाइसक्नु भएको छ होला। यहाँहरुको चाहिँ जुन जिज्ञासा थियो मैले प्रयास गरे। अहिले यो 9 बाट 10 मा जाने विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरुको निम्ति यो चाहिँ खास क्लास हामीले सुरु गरेका छौं है। हुन त यसले तपाईहरुलाई पनि दोज हु हैव अलरेडी क्लियर्ड क्लास 10 और दोज हु आर वेटिङ फर एसए एक्जाम, तपाईहरुलाई पनि केही सपोर्ट हुन सक्छ यसले। त्यसकारण तपाईहरु पनि कन्टिन्यू गर्नुस्। तर स्पेशली नयाँ कक्षा 10 को लागि चाहिँ यो भएको हुनाले वी आर मुभिङ स्लो। एनीवे, अब म लास्ट टपिक जुन मैले डिल गरिरहेको थिएँ म त्यसमा चर्चा गर्न चाहन्छु। एक्चुअली वी वर डिलिङ विथ द न्यूमेरिकल्स रिगार्डिङ ल अफ फ्लोटेसन, रिगार्डिङ द केस अफ फ्लोटेसन। यसमा हामीले एउटा सूत्र मैले जुन लेखेको थिएँ, के लेखेको थिएँ मैले भन्दाखेरि भोल्युम अफ द बडी into density of the body equals to volume of the displaced liquid into density of the liquid। यो लेख्दै गर्दाखेरि यसमा पनि केही विद्यार्थीहरुलाई कन्फ्युजन भयो जस्तो पनि मैले कमेन्ट चाहिँ त्यहाँ देखे। किन भन्दाखेरि धेरै जसो बुक्समा कसरी लेखेको छ भन्दाखेरि V1 D1 equals to V2 D2, अनि धेरै बुक्सहरुमा यसरी लेखेको हुनाले V1 D1 equals to V2 D2 यो चाहिँ सहज फिल हुन्छ विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरुलाई। एनीवे नो प्रब्लम। मैले खास यो किन लेखिरहेको थिएँ भन्दाखेरि तपाईलाई क्लियर हुनु पर्यो कि V1 के हो, D1 के हो, V2 के हो, D2 के हो। त्यसको लागि मैले लेखिरहेको थिएँ। यदि त्यो क्लियर छ भने यु क्यान युज दिस फर्मुला V1 D1 इक्वल्स टु V2 D2, नो प्रब्लम। अब यहाँ क्लियर 1 भनेको दिमागमा के राख्नु पर्यो, 1 भनेको बडी हो, फ्लोटिङ बडी हो, 2 भनेको चाहिँ लिक्विड हो जसमा बडी फ्लोट गरिरहेछ। तर V1 इज क्लियर, 1 हामीले बडी भन्नु बित्तिकै भोल्युम अफ द बडी, D1 इट्स अल्सो क्लियर, डेन्सिटी अफ द बडी, D2 इज अल्सो क्लियर, डेन्सिटी अफ द लिक्विड। तर V2 लाई चाहिँ हामीले बुझ्नु पर्यो। V2 भनेको भोल्युम अफ द होल लिक्विड भन्ने कुरा होइन। फेरि V2 विच दिस इज द भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट टर्म। V2 भनेको जहिले पनि हामीले के बुझ्नु पर्यो भन्दाखेरि V2 भनेको भोल्युम अफ द डिस्प्लेस लिक्विड हो। अब भोल्युम अफ द डिस्प्लेस लिक्विड कति हुन्छ भन्ने कुरा अलरेडी आई हेभ टोल्ड। जति भोल्युम बडीको लिक्विड भित्र हुन्छ, ओके, यसलाई दिमागमा राख्ने हामीले। द्याट मिन्स भोल्युम अफ द डिस्प्लेस लिक्विड भनेको फेरि के हो त भन्दाखेरि भोल्युम अफ द बडी इनसाइड लिक्विड अर इमर्ज इन द लिक्विड। यति यो कुरा तपाईले यदि दिमागमा सधैँ राख्नुहुन्छ भने देयर वोन्ट बी एनी प्रब्लम while solving the numerical regarding law of flotation. Okay, let's see few more numericals we'll do for today's class. Suppose one question is like this. Calculate the part of ice block. Calculate the part of ice block above the surface of water, above the surface of water, if the dimension of ice is 20 centimeter by 15 centimeter by 10 centimeter. The density of the ice, the density of the ice is 0.9 gram per centimeter cube. Now we are going to do solution. Try to understand. Basically, always keep this formula in your mind and try to relate with this formula. What are the given things, what you have to calculate, how you have to start. Okay. Now look here. Calculate the part of ice block above the surface of water. The dimension of ice is given 20 by 15 by 10. So that means length, breadth and height. So that it will give your V1. So I am going to solve it in short. So what is given here? V1, because 1 means body, but here body is the ice. So V1 is your 20 centimeter by 15 centimeter by 10 centimeter. If you multiply this, it will come your 33,000 centimeter cube. Okay. Now the density of the ice. Okay, I have kept it in centimeter cube. I am not going to change into SI unit, because if all the units are in CGS, we can calculate in CGS. At last we can convert it into SI if it's needed. Okay. Anyway, the density of ice is given. Density of ice now. So you should know ice. That means D1. So D1 is 0.9 gram per centimeter cube. Only these two are given here. So what is 2 now? 2 is what? Ice is inside the water. So 2 is your water, and even if it's not given, we should know the density of water. We all know density of water. That means density of water means D2. That we know. D2 in CGS unit density of water is 1 gram per centimeter cube. We should know, in the beginning I had told you that density of water you must keep in your mind for always. It is 1000 kg per meter cube in SI unit, in CGS unit 1 gram per centimeter cube. Clear? So, it's given. So, in this formula, these three we have got, that means fourth one very easily we can calculate. So, what we can calculate? V2 very easily we can calculate. So, let's try, okay, to get the value of V2. So, using this formula we know that V1 D1 equals to V2 D2. So, D2 will be your V2 will be your V2 will be V1 D1 upon D2. If you will calculate it, V1 3000 into D1 is 0.9 upon D2 is 1. Now, these all are in SI, these values are in, these are in CGS system. So, this is the V2 means volume. So, in CGS system unit is centimeter cube. So, if you calculate it will come 2700 centimeter cube. Okay. So, we have got V2. Now, what is V2? V2 is what? Volume of displaced liquid you can say, or volume of the body inside liquid you can say. What you have been asked, what part of ice block above the water? So, this volume V2 is volume of body inside liquid, that means V2 is the volume of body inside liquid. So, that is volume of body inside liquid is your 2700 centimeter cube. You know total volume, V1 is the total volume of ice 3000, volume of the body inside liquid 2700. So, therefore, volume of body in air or above the surface of water or outside liquid or outside water will be 3000 minus 2700, that is your 300 centimeter cube. You have been asked what part, that means you have to compare this part by the whole volume. So, therefore, part of ice block above the surface or outside the surface, outside will be part of ice block outside the water will be volume of the ice outside the water 300 centimeter cube upon total volume 3000 centimeter cube, 1 upon 10 part. Okay. So, in this way you can do. Last time I had told you from here, look here, from here V2 upon V1, it will go that side, will be equals to D1 upon D2. Now, what is V2? V2 is the volume of the displaced liquid or volume of the body inside liquid. So, this is the volume of the body inside liquid and V1 is the total volume of the body. So, that means V2 upon V1 is what? Part of the body inside the liquid, that will be equal to D1 upon D2. So, directly you can use this formula also. So, in this question, in other way also we can do. How? We know that we know that V1 D1 equals to V2 D2 or V2 upon V1 equals to D1 upon D2, or V2 upon V1 is what I have just told you. V2 upon V1 is part of body inside liquid. Now D1 is your 0.9 upon D2 is 1. So it is 9 upon 10. So part of the body inside liquid is 9 upon 10. Direct also you can do like this. Okay. In the same way, but you have been asked what part of ice block above the surface, but that means outside. So therefore, part of the body outside liquid. I told you last time in my last class that whole part means 1, from 1 you just subtract, whole is 1, from 1 you subtract 9 upon 10, because 9 upon 10 is the part of the body inside the liquid. You have been asked part of the ice block above the surface, that means outside the liquid. So from 1 if you subtract 1 minus 9 upon 10, it will come 1 upon 10. So without calculating this V2 also, for this particular question direct also we can do like this. Is clear? Okay. Now so this is clear now. So let me show you another numerical. Suppose the question is like this: the density of ice is 0.92 gram per centimeter cube. What amount of water is displaced when a piece of ice having 50 centimeter length, 30 centimeter width and 20 centimeter height is placed on water. Let's do the solution of this question. The density of ice body D1, okay, no confusion, D1 0.92 gram per centimeter cube. What amount of water is displaced when a piece of ice having length, breadth and height given? So volume, ice, the length, width and height of the ice is given. So volume of ice V1 50 centimeter by 30 centimeter by 20 centimeter. This will be your 30,000 centimeter cube V1. Out of 4, 2 are given, third we know, though it is not given here. What is the 2? What is 2? 2 is water. So, we know D2. D2 equals to, in CGS unit, 1 gram per centimeter cube. We know it. We know D2 equals to this. What has been asked, we will see later on. We will try to out of 4, if 3 are known, we will first try to calculate the fourth one. The fourth one is your V2. So, we will calculate first this V2 here. Let us see. We know that V1 D1 equals to V2 D2. So, therefore, or V2 equals to V1 D1 upon D2. Let us see how much it comes. V1 30,000, okay, into D1 0.92 upon D2 1. V2 B is the volume. So, in CGS unit centimeter cube. If you will calculate it, it will come your 27,600 centimeter cube. Clear? 30,000 into 0.92, it will come 27600 centimeter cube. Now, see what you have been asked. You have been asked what amount of water is displaced. What is V2? V2 is the volume of displaced liquid. So, this is the volume of water. Now, what amount of water? The word amount, what does it say? It says mass. Okay? The amount of water means mass. Clear? So, we have to calculate the mass of the displaced liquid. So, therefore, mass of water displaced water, mass of displaced water will be over what? Mass of displaced water will be volume of displaced water into density of water, volume into density. We know mass is nothing, mass is equals to volume into density. So, volume of the V2 is your volume of the displaced water. So, 27600 into density of water is 1. Mass, these all are CGS. In CGS unit, in CGS system, unit of mass is gram. So, it is gram. So, this is your 27600 gram. If we convert in SI, in kg, we have to divide it by 1000, it will come your 27.6 kg. Clear? Is clear? So, this is by simply using this formula you can get this, but the same question, if you think what is the law of flotation, these calculations can be simplified. What is the law of flotation? Law of flotation says that weight of the floating body is equals to the weight of the fluid displaced. Weight of the floating body is equals to the weight of the displaced liquid, or if weight equal, mass of the floating body equals to mass of the fluid displaced. Clear? Now, look here in this question, what amount of water is displaced? That means, mass of displaced water is asked. So, directly you can say, we know that from the law of flotation, mass of displaced water will be equals to mass of ice. Body is ice here. Ice, mass of ice will be equals to mass of displaced water. Okay, clear? So, we have been asked what amount of water is displaced. Mass of displaced water equals to mass of ice. Clear? Now, mass of ice is what? Mass is again volume into density. So, volume of ice into density of ice. Volume of ice is 30,000, sorry 30,000. 30,000 into density of ice 0.92. This is CGS system gram. So, it will come here 27600 gram or 27.6 kg. Look here. So, now these calculations are not needed, simply you can do like this also. This is also correct. Okay. It's clear? Okay. Now, I will show you one more question. The question is like this: calculate the mass of displaced water when 30 centimeter thick iceberg with surface area 1000 centimeter square floats on water, given density of water 1 gram per centimeter cube and density of ice 0.9 gram per centimeter cube. This is also similar type of question. Okay, little bit language is changed, that's why I have brought this numerical also to make you clear. Okay, look here, solution. So, you always keep this in your mind. What are the given things? Calculate the mass of displaced water when 30 centimeter thick iceberg with surface area 1000 centimeter square. Thickness of the iceberg is given, its surface area is given. So, the mathematics should come in your mind. When the surface area is given, thickness is given, if we multiply these two, it gives the volume. That mathematics should strike in your mind. It has come, you have come to recall it in your mind. Okay, yes. So what does it give? This information, from this information, 30 centimeter thick surface area 1000 centimeter square. From this information what we can get? V1, volume of the iceberg. So, V1 30 centimeter thickness multiplied by surface area 1000, 30,000. Now, it has become very similar question. Density of water D2, density of water liquid D2 1, density of ice D1 0.9. Same way for as per your last question, you can do this question also. Okay. Which way you want to do? By first you calculate V2, then you will do, or simply because mass of displaced water you have been asked. So, okay, if you are using this formula, definitely your mind will go towards V2. So, what is V2? We know that V1 D1 equals to V2 D2. So, V2 equals to V1 D1 divided by D2. V1 is your 30,000, D1 is your 0.9, D2 is your 1, this mass centimeter cube 27000 centimeter cube. You have been asked mass of displaced water. V2 is the volume of the displaced water. So, therefore, mass of displaced water will be volume of the displaced water V2 into density of the water D2, that is equals to 27000 into D2 is your 1. So, this is CGS system. So, this much gram. If you convert it into kg, it will come your 27 kg. Clear? Or other way to do it, mass of displaced water will be equals to mass of the iceberg. From here, according to the principle of flotation, mass of the body is equals to mass of the displaced liquid. Clear? So, mass of the iceberg will be volume of the iceberg V1 into density of the iceberg D1. V1 is your 30,000, D1 is your 0.9 mass. So, it is gram, 27000 gram, 27 kg. Simply like this also you can calculate. Okay. I think for today the time is over. Now, in our next class we will come to from the same chapter we will come with the new topic, little bit new. Okay. Hope that topic you will enjoy, and that will be the last, more or less last topic of this chapter. Okay. Okay, for today this much only. Thank you very much.